Okay, we are going to go into variable, all right, to see what this variable actually is. And technically, a variable is actually a simple location inside the computer's memory, which is the RAM, to store value. But because it is stored only in the computer's memory, which is RAM, the data stored there is temporary, which means the moment your program finishes, all right, or exits, the data is actually lost. All right. And all variable requires something called a variable name, so it requires a name. Actually, you can visualize variable as just a box in the computer's memory, which is RAM, and you give this box a particular name so that you can reference to this variable or this particular imaginary box. Once you have this location or this box, you can actually store value in it. So, well, I can create two variables. For example, I give one variable a name score and maybe another variable with the name life. And assuming that I assign a value, in this case I assign the value 0 to score, basically this value 0 is actually stored in this imaginary box, what, in the computer's memory. I can do the same thing with life. So if I say, alright, assign 3 to life, basically it will go to the computer's memory, alright, and find this location called life, alright, which is an imaginary box, and put the value 3 over there. Okay, and if I change the value of score from 0 to 100, maybe because I achieve certain target, I hit certain enemies, or maybe I grab certain candies or gold or diamond, for instance, well, the 100 will now replace whatever values inside there, and the new value inside this variable score will now be 100. And this is something interesting about variable, because a standard normal variable can only store one value at any single time. So if you overwrite the value with a new value, you will just take the new value, the old value will actually be lost. That is why sometimes we require more variables, right, in order to keep track of all the data that is interest to us. Now, what if I refer to score? Well, in this case, if I refer to score because I want to show my player, alright, how much he or she has scored, and if I refer to score, basically I'm getting the value inside score. In this case, it is 100. So variable may sound like a very techy name, alright, a very tech-based name, but actually this is what it actually does. So it's not that complex, it's not that complicated.